everyone, I just want to do a quick unboxing of this case that I just bought from a company called Everest. This company might not be known that well in the English-speaking part of the world, but they're a big player in Turkey, where I live. This case of theirs it's marketed as ITX, but this one's a bit of a mystery case because I have noticed that this case, the Cubic-252, is actually the same case as Kolink Satellite Plus, and also sold as Golden Field. And so what's weird about it is that the Kolink Satellite Plus is marketed as micro ATX, whereas this case has no mention of having a micro ATX support. But on online images, they look so similar. I kind of take the risk, and I just bought this one anyway because I plan to fit my micro ATX motherboard in this, and I've checked the sizes, and I've checked some reviews about the Satellite Plus, and it's supposed to fit. So today I'm gonna try it out. I'm pretty excited about it. So the computer, the case that's shown here is totally unrelated with the product that I bought and this model code. They don't look similar at all. This actually looks similar to Kolink Satellite, not Kolink Satellite Plus, which this should be a replica of. And yeah, so it's exactly what I'm expecting. That's the one on the internet. If you look for Kolink Satellite Plus, you're gonna see this one. But this one has Everest badge on it. Let's take it out. So yeah, I think it looks nice. It's very lightweight, amazingly lightweight. I think it's very thin, the metal. I don't even know if that's metal or just plastic. But overall, I think it looks good. So yeah, there it is. I think it looks good. I think certainly not the highest quality of the cases out there, but it's only 50 bucks. Probably the cheapest ITX option where I live. So I'm pretty happy how it looks. It actually has thumb screws behind it, so that's a nice touch. Okay, you can take out individual parts. So this is the empty case. You got your drive bracket here, and this is up until the point your motherboard will line up. This is where you're going to put the PSU, and this is your PSU pass-through cable. So yeah, we got our USB cables, so let me just show you real quick. This one has one USB 3, one USB 2, headphone and mic, and the reset button. I think it feels nice. And this is the power button. So the reason I want to switch to this case is because I'm not building a system from scratch. I already have a lot of parts from my old desktop computer, and it's right over here. As you can see, it's just normal mid-tower. I don't know, I think you can call this a mid-tower PC with a really low budget case called Zalman, and it has a full-size PSU, has a full-size cooler from Cooler Master. It's pretty regular, one of the regular models. Has this particular motherboard, which is H110M-D. It's micro ATX, but it's not full-size micro ATX. For example, I have MSI B450M, which is like this full-size mATX motherboard. It's mATX, but it would not fit in this one. But this particular one, it's still labeled as mATX, but it has potential to fit into this one. So it looks like a bit of a stretch. To me, I mean, just the sheer size of those tells me that this may not fit. But technically, if I did my research right, everything, this motherboard, this PSU, and this cooler should all fit there. I'll just start dismantling this, take the parts out, the most important, the motherboard, and I'll start building my small cube PC. Hopefully it'll work out. As you can see, this is a huge mess. I don't use this computer daily, so cable management is a mess. I don't do anything intensive to it, so temps and airflow, I really don't care that much. So I kind of shoved a bunch of things there, and I've been using it like that. The SSD is just dangling here. I didn't even, find a good place for it. So let's start by removing all the cables. First things first, let me just So, as I said, I don't want to buy another ITX just because I want a small computer. I don't know, this seems wasteful to me. And since I already have these parts lying around, I was just even thinking about building my own case, and I even draw some sketches on SketchUp on 3D models about what size would it be, how would I fit the components. I was copying Corsair models, mATX models. And then I just came across this case online. It looks familiar. I kind of dug around and I realized they're actually the same case. And the Kolink is advertised at mATX. And so I thought maybe my motherboard will fit. And after a bit of Googling, well, actually, yeah, it will fit. So I kind of went for it. So if this all fits, I'll be able to downsize my PC a significant amount. It won't be as small as probably having like this, having a proper ITX case probably, but I think it's a good trade-off when you compare that I basically don't have to rebuy anything. I don't even have to switch back to a low-profile cooler. I don't have to buy a motherboard. I don't have to buy a RAM. I don't have to buy a PSU. And I think overall, worth the risk, and it'll be a total win. So yeah, let's see if this will fit. I think it'll be easier if I just take this top bracket off. Just remove that out of the way. And here's a motherboard. I don't have the I/O shield, but I just want to try it out right now. And yeah, I think it's a good fit. I don't know. We'll see in a moment. I think I need the PSU in here. So I got the PSU in. This is a very regular PSU, no modular. So it has all the cables. Luckily it has these very thin type of cables that I just hoping to squeeze in this section. It fits. It's super tight. Like there's not even a margin, not even a centimeter or a millimeter between the motherboard and the PSU. And even just the clips of this 24-pin cable can be problematic for some setups because it's very tight. It's basically pushing against the PSU. Overall, I'm happy that it fits, but I found a couple of problems. One of them was minor. The minor bit is the I/O shield did not fit at all. The I/O shield does not really line up with the motherboard because it expects me, as you can see, I have to pull the motherboard this way just to make them all line up. But of course, I can't do that because I'm already at the edge of the case. So I can't quite make it fit. I don't want to push it too hard. So I think I'm going to go without an I/O shield. I don't know the consequences of that, probably dust. But I think, it's better than nothing. And maybe I can sort it out in the future if I have to do a rebuild. And the other big problem is the stays on the case does not really align with the screw holes with the motherboard. It's just like not even there, not even halfway. So there's no way for me right now to fix the motherboard in place. It kind of moves around a lot, which is not great, not ideal. I don't want to keep it that way, but I don't know how to solve that as well. So my build is complete. Everything went well, apart from two minor issues. One minor and one big issue. But everything works and fits. I'm very pleased that I bought this case and kind of made my motherboard fit in there. As you can see, it's very, very tight. There's not a lot of room between the motherboard and the PSU power supply unit. There's literally no space. I'm not sure about the cable management because it's right in front of the CPU cooler, but I don't know. Cable management basically does not exist. In terms of terminals, I can't comment because I don't push this a lot. I just do a daily use, like browsing and writing some code, and I don't see temps go above 40 degrees. I just install one hard disk and one SSD, and you just basically put it like this over your CPU and screw it using these mount holes. Just to show you the cooler, I think it's pretty safe. Even with the hard disk and the SSD installed, there's no issues. This is a Cooler Master Hyper 212 cooler. I think the height is 158 millimeters. I'll put the part list in the description below. Overall, I think it's great. I mean, I'm really happy how it turned out. I'm really happy that I took the risk and bought this relatively unknown, unspecified case. So yeah, hope this helps you out.